We are learning about volunteering on the island to help sea turtles. So last week my husband went to like a training session of what he's going to be doing every week, and myself and the kids didn't go because it's really a lot of walking. You end up walking about 5 miles, or at least the path of the part of the beach that they're responsible for. It's about 2.5 miles one way, and then you have to turn around and go back. And so after he did it on Friday, he showed us on Saturday, and we wanted to see if the kids could handle it so that we could get them involved and actually go on the days, or we might just go on days that the official groups don't go, just so that we can notify them if we see something. So he goes with a group that where the coordinator is actually trained and he's authorized to he can record data about how big they think the sea turtles are, record where the nests are, mark it off. And so volunteers that are not authorized can at least scout out areas and be trained on what to look for, and they know who to tell him when they see something. So that's what we did on Saturday. Today's Monday, and I'm still super sunburned. So the footage is very windy because the beach is extremely windy. And I'm just recording with my phone. I don't have any fancy equipment. This is definitely not a job, this YouTube thing that we're doing. But yeah, we just, the sea turtles are really cool. And now is the season. Starting now in the next 3 months is when they come to lay all to make their nests, lay all their eggs.
All right, so we're walking on the beaches in Luquillo. So we started at a beach called La Pared, and so this beach is part of the Northeast Ecological Corridor. So it's a protected area of Puerto Rico to make sure that the marine life is well preserved here. And what we're doing right now is walking from La Pared through San Miguel beaches so that we can identify if there's any leatherback sea turtle nests. So we're very early in the season, but this Northeast Ecological Corridor is one of the major nesting points for leatherback sea turtles, which are endangered. And so we're just looking for their tracks to see if they laid any nest, and then we'll mark it and mark the day that they came, because the eggs hatch within 60 days, and so we want to track how many nests we're getting per year, how many eggs we're getting per year, and all that. And so it's a pretty interesting area for the sea turtles, and the reason we mark them off is because the public comes as well. They're using the beach. We want to make sure they're not trampling the nest or hurting the eggs or anything like that, or if a mama comes while they're there, they're not molesting the sea turtle as well.
And can anybody just walk the beach and look for sea turtle nests?
No, well, anyone can walk and look, but the DNRA controls all this because they are actually a endangered species. So it's actually illegal to even take a photo of an endangered species currently, because if you can take a photo, you would most likely be molesting the animal. And so I joined a group here there are 7 groups on the island that look for these sea turtle nests and track the data. And so I joined the group that does La Pared to San Miguel. And so I'm not the certified leader or anything like that. I can't molest the animals. I'm not trained to measure them or anything, but Ray is. And so we're just here to look, and then we'll notify them if we see anything. Because the better the data, or the more accurate the data, the better we can preserve everything that's going on. So we're only doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday currently. Today's a Saturday. So we went out yesterday. So if we see anything today, we'll know it's fresh, and we'll be able to say this arrived from Friday afternoon till Saturday night. So it's more accurate the more you check, but we can't check every day. this is the nest that we found yesterday on Friday. And so what we're usually looking for is like tracks that look like ATVs kind of. And so you can kind of see this is where the turtles fin went. So they're pulling like that. And so what we're looking for is direction. So when the fins are
Morgan, get off it, baby.
you know they're going this way. And so yesterday there was actually a turnaround point and we could see where it went back out. And so what we look for is where did it enter, where did it leave, and we kind of figure out where it put its eggs, and then we mark it off. You don't know the exact point, so you make it a big one. And then we put yellow when it's just marked, and then we put a red banner on it when we GPS mark it so that people can look it up. And so, you probably can't see it on camera, but we also have a red line in the trees. So if this all blows away, there's still a red marker in the trees so they can look up the GPS coordinate and find kind of where it's at.
You're making a YouTube video about why we love turtles?
And so one of the other problems we look for when we're walking on this beach is people think it'll help preserve the beach and make sure it doesn't wash away by grabbing coconuts and planting them right here. But this is the nesting zone for the turtles. So they're going to come in here and they're not going to be able to dig that up, and it's going to block them from that nesting area. And so we're going to come through here with a shovel and we're going to dig all these palms off and then we're going to back into the tree line. That way they don't actually interrupt the mama tree to lay her eggs.
John was drowned out by the wind in that last bit, but what he was showing was that there wasn't a found nest very close to where people had been planting coconuts. And if you look further back from the beach, there is a whole bunch of coconut trees, coconut palms. And so that's where the trees should be. So if you want to like plant coconuts at the beach, plant them far back enough where there's like already the tree line, because the sea turtles need that space of sand and they just can't, they're not gonna like dig up the coconut palms. It just gives them an extra hurdle to go through, and we just want to make it as easy for them as possible to find a place to make their nest.